You need a palette, and you need a dipper, and you need your paints, some browns, some blues, titanium white, I prefer, and yellow, orange, or two kind of oranges, and red. Winsor and Newton are best makers for paints, and I use them a lot. You need a knife palette as well, and you need brushes. You need a small size brush and a big size brush, and a size in between. You also need your primer. In my case, I use acrylics, and you need your mediums, turpentine, white spirit, or sensidor. You need a small bottle for a medium, made of liquid, linseed, and turpentine. So you always you have to sort of get rid of the white surface. So in my case, I use my primer as the midtone, which in this case is a light red or light brown with white, and you just apply it normally. Try and keep it, make it even, and not so patchy. And obviously you wait for it to dry before you put your second step. I break my work into 4 steps. Step 1, creating midtone. Step 2, placing the subject in midtone, and I use burnt umber with orange, and obviously titanium white, and keep it thin to flow. And you place the subject with no details. In this case, I'm just doing a head and shoulder portrait. So you put the head and the neck and the shoulders, and all as one surface, creating a second tone. Again, it's the midtone you already applied. And spend some time on it, because here where you can fix your composition, the negative space against the subject. If you're not happy with it, you can wipe it easily and start again. The third step, which you need to spend a lot of time in that one, which is creating a third tone, which by applying the shades. You can use the same mid-tone you had, or to place a subject, or add a little bit of blue to make it darker, not to bring color into it, just to create a third darker tone. And you read everything differently as a darker tone. You start with a common one, and then you enhance it as you go along by creating more details on your shades. Obviously, you identify where is the light coming from and where is the shades are, and you spend a lot of time in there. Keep your paint thin, and don't confirm any information, just adjust where is everything. Using a big brush always helps you to avoid details in the early stages. Try not to stay in one area for too long, and you go with applying your main shades, which is the darker ones. You can also introduce some color if it's necessary, if you can see it. But using a minimum amount of colors, it always helps your eye to keep seeing the whole form together. In this case, you can see I'm adding a little bit of reddish tone, and you blend it with the dark tone you already have. As long as your paint is thin enough but not too loose, and you can always add a darker tone, add more paint into it. And once you finished, or you feel you've done enough shades and you can see the whole portrait there, you can see most of the details in, you can then feed the light tone into it. So shades, you apply them, and the lights, you feed them in. And in my case, I'm going to use blue with a bit of titanium white into it to reduce the intensity of the color, and I will feed the light tone into it. Okay, well let me just repeat it. You create a midtone, you place the subject in the midtone, you apply the shades, and now at the fourth step you feed the light tone into your subject, and you blend it with what you already have. With dark tone skin people, blue is fatal, is very important. The more tones you have, the more rounded form you have. So the shades have three tones: a dark tone, a light tone, and a tone in between. Also the lights have three tones: a dark tone, and a light tone, and a tone in between. So the whole figure together will have 5 tones. One tone is shared between shades and lights. And you be not so careful, but you need to be a little bit sort of slow applying the lights, and you're trying to do the minimum amount of it as possible. And you blend it really well with the shades that you applied already. So using a long flat brush, it helps. Also, you can start introducing more colors. I won't say highlights, but yes, more details. In this case, I will be using a yellow ochre, because I already have some reddish applied earlier, and I will just see where it is. I don't do it just because you think so. Try and see on the face or in the subject you're working if there is, and you blend it again. It's the red, the blue, and the brown tones you already applied. Yellow ochre with a bit of white, and it sits between the blue, the red, and the browns. You can apply it first and then blend it, or blend as you apply. You can use a smaller brush to give you more accurate applications. So far, I'm just concentrating on the skin color, which is the local color for the skin. I'm using a burnt umber, orange, and blue, with titanium white, of course. So local colors here we have a local color for the skin, a local color for the hair. Also, there is a local color in the eyes, is separate. So I'm using blue here for highlights. using yellow ochre with titanium white, and then you blend. Okay, titanium white on the yellow, and titanium white goes for as a local color for the eyes. And now I'm using adding more blue to the burnt umber to do the hair as a local color on the beard. So the beard, the mustache, the eyebrows and eyelashes, they all have the same sort of tone, and you can enhance your shades a little bit if necessarily. You can use the same brush, or you can bring a smaller brush if you want to. If you want something to look light, you darken around it. If you want something to look dark, you lighten around it.
Ja. bigito, inneshon, aigese, joniye. J bigito,